This is your tulip instructions. Are you ready for this? Because it's super complicated. Right. This is, oh, when I opened these instructions, I was like, surely this is not it. So in your box, you will get your petals and you'll get your stem, which is also your stamens. Okay. So let's get the yellow one that they've got in the picture. I love things when they're simple. So your petals will come to you like this, and then you have your separate stamen. You don't need a tool to make these. I think they will, Rachel. I think they will be able to manage. You don't need a tool. All you're going to do is push that stamen through the hole in the centre, so it looks like this. And then there's like a plastic bit. It's almost like, you know, the peony stamens have got that dome shape. It's like that but larger. All you do is you just press, click it, shape it with your hand, and there's your tulip. You literally click it, you push it till it clicks over, and then you've got that look at all the beautiful markings on that yellow tulip and all the variegation. You've got the stamens in the centre, and that is your beautiful tulip. So that's the yellow. I told you it was complicated. That's the yellow. I can tell you now that you're going to want more than one box. I'm just warning you now, you're going to want more than one box, because they're just beautiful. Everyone is going to see them in your house and they are going to want them. Okay, so this is the pale pink. You can see all that variegation around the petals, all this beautiful detail that you've got on the petals as well. And we're just going to do the same thing again. So the stamen goes through the centre of the petal, like so. You've got that plastic on the inside that's pointing upwards. You just press down with your thumb, shape it with your fingers, and there's your beautiful tulip head. Okay? They're just so simple to make. And can you see this one, this petal sticking out a little bit? All I'm going to do is, you can play around with it and you just move the petals around until you're happy with the shape. You just shape it with your hands, okay? All you want to do until you get your lovely beautiful tulip. Let's do, I have one cream one left, because obviously that cream, my 2 wreaths that I've made took a lot of my tulips. I have one left just to demonstrate to you with. So you've got this lovely cream. It's got a lovely sort of pale green detail. They're just gorgeous, aren't they? So yeah, really hard to do. They are really hard to do, Maureen. So again, put the stem through, press with your finger, and then shape that tulip. Just manoeuvre the petals till you're happy with the shape. And then we've got the beautiful fuchsia pink. It's a really deep, lovely, luxurious looking pink. That lovely fuchsia. So again, just in case you didn't get it the first time, can you move your hands to show us better? I will do my best. So you're just pushing that through. Oh, it's flicking up already. Can you see? So that's gone through. I just put my thumb in the centre of the stamen because I find that easiest to give it a bit of support. Press it down and then shape the flower. Okay, is that all right, Joanna? So you've got that beautiful flower. So far we've got the fuchsia pink, the cream, the pale pink, and the yellow. Okay, so we've just got the red one. The red one is such a classic tulip colour, isn't it? They're so easy, Jane, and I'll show you. And I'll show you the stems in a second as well. I'll just make the red one up. So again, you've got that red one. You've got all that black line detail on the outside of the petals. So all you're doing is placing your stamen into the centre, like so. Make sure that you can see on the screen. There we go. Sorry, I'm a bit further back up. My stand is a little bit. That's better. Okay. Yeah, I've got it, Sandra. Sorry. There we go. So you can see that flower head now. Press the middle. And there we go. You can see all those colours. A bit further at the front of my desk today than normal. You've got that lovely flower head. And you've got all those 5 colours. So you've got the cream, the red, the cream, the fuchsia, the yellow, and the pale pink as well. So those are your 5 colours of tulip. Sorry if I was a bit out of shot. I was so busy concentrating on the tulips I wasn't looking at the screen. Right, so you can see that these petals are bendable. These are the tulip stems. You'll have one. So yeah, so you can bend them over if you want to. You can have them standing up straight. You can mould them a little bit. Okay, they come with your, they've got a variegated colour. They come with the wire already inside, the florist wire. So you're just adding on that flower. There we go. Adding on that flower, and you've got that tulip then that's ready to be made into an arrangement. And it really is this simple. There we go. So just putting that on, making those beautiful long stemmed tulips. So we've got our first 2 colours, and then adding in the yellow as well. And there we go. To shape them, you just shape them with your hands. You can see, so that one's quite a closed one that I've made there. And you can mould those leaves on the stems if you want to. Let's have a red one. So just pushing that on, moulding that flower, changing the leaves a bit if you want to. My final cream one, because like I said, I've used them all for the wreath that's behind me, and also for the pink and fuchsia and cream wreath that I made. So I've got one left to share with you. There we go, because all the others have been used up. There we go. So those are your 5 colours on the stems, and they really are that simple to make. And like I said, the kit makes 100, so you're getting 20 of each colour. Makes it'll be 100. You get your stamens and you get your flower heads. The stems are available separately, and they will be in packs of 20. So it depends whether you want to make them for bouquets, or whether, like I've been using the flower heads to make wreaths and put in those baskets and things. So it really is up to you. Oh, thank you, Jan. I'm glad you're enjoying the flowers. Do you know the price they will be, please? Well, Tony, you see, they're already, you can see the price as it stands on the Create and Craft website. You can't buy them yet. They haven't loaded the stock. But don't buy them until the day, because the price will drop. That's what I'm going to say to you. The price will drop, and they are an absolutely amazing price. They're a really reasonable price. I was quite taken aback. That's all I'm going to say to you. Which gives you more money to spend on sunflowers, doesn't it? Or things on one of the other days. So yeah, so that is basically how they're made. And like I said, there is an instruction leaflet, but quite honestly, once you've made one, you'll have made the whole box in no time at all, and you'll be on to making all your beautiful projects. They really are super quick to make and are just stunning. If I bring in, let me see, let me bring in that pink and fuchsia wreath, and I'll show you just how simple it was to make this. So you'll be able to see part of it, because obviously this is quite large. I can't remember how large these bases are. Let me just measure. So the base, yeah, the base is 28, 29 centimetres, something like that. I can't see under all the flowers. But it's obviously a lot larger by the time you've added in your tulips. And all I've done, so this base has your spines all facing in one direction. This is one of the bases, the wreath bases that's in the, it's the eucalyptus wreath base. There's 2 bases in there, and there's eucalyptus leaves both in fabric and in plastic. And all I've done on here if I take a few off, I can show you because I can rebuild it, because that's what I love about Forever Flowers. It's not glued anything on. So you can see all the spines here that are plastic. They're bendable, so don't worry, they're not going to hurt you. Might look like a torture device, but they're not. I have put a flower every other spike. So I haven't put one on every spike because these are quite long flowers. So I want them, you know, if you put too many on, they'll be too squashed. So I found that on this particular wreath, I used every other spike, and all I've done is I've just put those on there, gone around my wreath. Yeah, so I want miss one, add in a flower, and this is basically how my wreath has been built. Miss one and add in a flower. And we'll go cream, miss one, add in a flower. And then miss one, add in a flower. And then the final flower back in, miss one, add in a flower. And that's all you're doing. And you won't see any of the pieces that you've missed. You can add in foliage if you want to. But I quite like that clean and simple look of just having the flower heads. I just think it looks quite contemporary, but you'll see. I know Bex has made some beautiful samples where she's used all the foliage and everything else, the gypsophilias on the show and all of those things. So I'm going to lift you up. Sorry that I was off screen a little bit then. Let's lift you up. God, this stand is really. It's like me. It's feeling a bit old and cranky, I think. And that's the cream version behind me. On this wreath, I used, oh goodness. Now I'm trying to think, because it was about 50 flowers in the end. It might have been slightly more, using the flowers. So this I used, I mean, let me see, 1, 2, 3. I think it was about 50 I used on here. I used less on the cream wreath. Let me get that actually and I'll show you. Because what I've done is every third spike I used the tulip, and then all the other spikes have got gypsophilia on. Can you see? So I managed to use less flowers on here, and I think I used just over... In fact, this pink one might be 60, and I think this one's about 48 or something like that. So yeah, I had to use more than one kit to get all the creams for this one. But as you can see, they are absolutely stunning. Like I said, one kit is not going to be enough. I'm just telling you now, it's not going to be enough. Because and then this is just 12. So that whole vase of flowers is just 12 of your pink tulips. So, you know, I mean, you've got lots of choice. You can really pack a punch in a room, I think, just with a little vase of flowers like that. It will fill your space. And let me see, so which other one? So this one here, I've only actually got, let me see, how many tulips are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. There's 11 tulips in that whole arrangement. And there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faux daffodils that I've used in there, and a couple of those leaves that I was telling you about earlier on the stems. So that's quite a large arrangement. So it really depends how you want to use them. If you want to use them on the wreath like I've made, you're obviously packing them in there. But that's only 11 of your tulips to make that lovely large arrangement. So you can get a lot. It just depends how you decide to use them. A lot out of your collection.